Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm telling you, but we need to put that on a CD. We got to copyright that jam right there when we come on.
Man, you got me all out of frame and everything on this Cinco de Mayo, brother.
See, no, you was dancing behind the scenes too. You was dancing.
Yeah, I was dancing, but you got me like. I mean, come on, man. I didn't went out.
Oh, gee.
See what you didn't did. See what you didn't did to me. Like, I'm over here trying to do the best I can. See, there you go.
There, okay.
I got my little Cinco de Mayo. I got my Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We doing it. Cinco de Mayo. We in the lab.
Got my bald spot showing and everything.
Yeah, it is. I see you, boy. You might need to get that faded up a little bit, brother. I ain't mad at you. That's why I always wear a hat. Always. Wear a hat.
Look, I'm too tall to be standing up. You know, everybody got standing desks today.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, let's go ahead. All right, let's get focused right first, right? Because we doing big things, brother. We do new studio over here. We standing up because I'm trying to get like you. I hope my mic is coming through because I keep bobbing and weaving. But I'm excited. I'm glad we in the lab. Let's say what's up to folks that are checking in. I see you, Sammy. We got to get Sammy on the show. Sammy's a bad man. Look, we got to get him on the show.
Sammy's super dope.
Yeah, he is. I got one of his shirts. You got his shirt?
No, I haven't gotten his shirt.
Oh, okay. I tell you what. I don't know if they come in your.
I should have got the one with the tacos.
I don't know if they come in your size though. I don't know. Do we have to figure something out? Hit the spot. 10:06 is in the building. Just had a new show. What was that? Tuesday. I watched a little bit of it. Very nice. Love the production. I love the culinary skills. So shouts out to Tammy Chambers. Hit the spot 10:06. Folks in the Atlanta area. The whole area. Just all over. Georgia. Reach out to Tammy Chambers and get your food when you hungry. So
she got a fish fry this Friday.
See, now you dropping all kind of this, she gonna have to start paying if we're gonna be dropping all these little logos for her. Miss Williams is in the building. How you doing? Appreciate you. You got love for your decor there, brother. I love it.
Yeah, your mama didn't like my hat, though.
my mama said, look at that. She said, good evening. She said, we making it happen. I haven't gotten down to that part yet. Renee's in the building. Appreciate you. Hello. We appreciate you. Yes.
Hey, Renee. What's up, Renee? How you doing?
Thank you for the props on the intro. We trying to do it right? We're trying to do big things. It's all about the aesthetic sometime, right? We want to make sure it looks right. We want to make sure that the audio is right, the video is right. So there's a lot of headache, consternation, blood, sweat, and tears that goes into making this stuff happen. So appreciate you guys. Oh my God. What'd you say? What is that the man has on his head? That's my mama for you.
If you zoom me out a little bit, I'll be all right because I'm over here struggling standing up.
Yeah, you at the ceiling, aren't you?
I'm literally at the ceiling, bro. Like I can't get I feel like I'm out of frame. Yeah.
I'll
Happy
take
Cinco de Mayo.
There go Senior. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you. There go Mom and Dad watching.
Okay.
Now hold on.
You were able to, so I take it you're using Restream.
I am using Restream.
I'm over here using Switchboard Live, and you're able to get all the comments in. And Sammy crazy, man. He talking about, I think tall boy doesn't want to stand. He is tall. No, Sammy, I'm actually standing right now on my standing desk. So I'm literally standing. I don't know if you can see this, but I am literally standing. I'm not sitting down. So yes, that's what we're doing over here. We're standing, Sammy. Thanks for the super chat, Sammy. That's my guy right there. And see, the one time you start running the production, my super chat dance doesn't, come up on the screen because I got to wait a whole nother month to wait to get the super chat to come through to get the dance come through, to come through.
Look, if you want to, I can just be like this and put my buy me a coffee on there. And when someone contributes, I can have my little stream elements pop up. If you want to get like that, when I'm controlling the board, we can do all that. But hold on, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let's get focused again. We got royalty in the room. Melanie Howe is here. She is someone who I look up to. I'm actually going to be on her show in a couple of weeks, and I tell you what, I went out, did all of this stuff redid my entire studio just so when I go on her show, that it looks right. So I didn't spend a couple of grand. Oh, Jen ain't here. I didn't spend a grip just trying to get things right, just to make sure when I go on her show that it's cool. So, shout out, I appreciate you, Melanie. Thank you very much for coming in. Yeah, look at Sammy up there with the super chat. Man, I'll get there soon enough. I'll get there to my 1,000 soon enough.
So my question to you is Cinco de Mayo. Are you drinking today?
Look, really? I'm drinking some Mexican beer too. I got it's 8:05, brother. It's 8:05 somewhere. 8:05? Yeah, somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
Oh snap! He put the Minute Maid down. Okay, this is a tech show. We haven't said one technology story yet, but that's all right. It
is a tech show. Yeah, the first 3 minutes. So I guess I got my little shot glass. So I mean, I don't normally drink, and anybody that knows me knows that I don't drink. But since you said it was Cinco de Mayo and we had a party. I guess this is for adults only. So if you're not 21 and up, Sammy, I'm sorry, man. I love you, but can I get it up high enough? I'll pour a little bit in there. Is that cool? We gotta do shots.
Go ahead, pour it in. I'm gonna go through these initial comments before we get started with the show. Mr. Haas, we see you, sir. Appreciate you for joining us today. That's a good man as well.
This stuff is strong too. You ready? Where you drink at, man? We're gonna toast it up, right? You said Cinco de Mayo. Okay. I got my hat on, got me looking like...
Yeah, you do. You do look little funny style right now, but that's all right, brother.
But I toast to the tech show, the lab. Much success, and everybody that's watching. All right, appreciate y'all. Hopefully, y'all had y'all margaritas or got something straight, strong, and hard. Because that's what we're gonna do. Because hopefully, by the end of the night, I'm gonna be feeling this. Okay,
you're gonna be feeling it, and it's not your birthday, but Mr. Robert thinks it's your birthday because he.
I felt that too.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Let's go and get focused, man. Let's go and get into it.
I feel that burn, man. I'm gonna feel this burn right here with Facebook over here tripping. Okay. Or was it Facebook or was it iOS?
All of them. So we can talk about all of them. Facebook has been going crazy for all sorts of reasons lately. A lot of folks, especially content creators, have been having issues with pushing their content out to the platform. It's either the streams have been failing, the streams have been either starting and then stopping, or whatever the case may be. So there's been a lot of issues with Facebook in and of itself. But I think the story that really resonates with us and what I want to talk about today is the fact that iOS came out with an update recently. All right, so everyone has got an iPhone, and it's now giving users the ability to opt in or opt out of having those particular apps, primarily social media apps, track your activities. Facebook and Apple, Zuckerberg and Tim Cook, are at war with each other right now. They are definitely not homies right now. They're not on each other's call a friend. They're at odds. There are issues happening right now, and I'm telling folks. And I actually had a conversation with one of our colleagues, the folks who run the Snob OS podcast. I really think that this is going to be a turning point in terms of how these applications work, these free applications work, and kind of that integration between the mobile users. I see this breaking a lot of social media apps if folks start opting out of the tracking capabilities a lot of social media apps have. So it's not just Facebook. It's almost every single app that's out there, specifically in the iOS store that you have on your iPhone. Now with this new update, users are getting the ability to opt in and say, I want this app to track my activity, or I don't want this app to track my activity. That's really where a lot of these free applications, especially the social media ones, get their revenue, that ad revenue, from being able to track your movements and try to match your spending habits, to match your viewing habits, your using habits, and things like that to other things, so they can sell you something. If you opt out of that, they're blind. You're just freely searching the web like you're using DuckDuckGo or something instead of Google. But again, that's going to break something, and I guarantee you that Zuckerberg is not going to like that. He's going to figure out a way to get revenue from that. He may start charging for Facebook. Facebook may not be free for within the next 12 months. That's my thought on this. That's my little.
All right. So first off, can you hear me right now?
I hear you right now.
Okay, because I don't see myself, and we're using your eCam, so I'm not trying to beat you up. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or okay, maybe I am doing something wrong.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the screens, and you look fantastic, brother. You look fantastic. Now we can't hear you, brother. Nope. This brother keeps hitting buttons, and I'm not sure. I convinced him to stand up for one show, right? And now he's pushing buttons on whatever system he's using and keeps falling out of audio. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, now he just fell out of the show. So there we go, right? Live streaming, this is what we do. It's fun. He's going to try to blame this on Ecamm, but no one else is having any problems right now. It's just on his side coming in. Robert, I appreciate you for trying to walk him through how to set up vMix into the Ecamm environment earlier today, but bless his heart that it's not working. Let me let him back in. Sir?
I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are back.
Okay. I was not touching any buttons, brother. I'm sorry. I mean, my hands was on the Jose Cuervo putting the tops on.
That's the problem. That's the problem. See,
I ain't even got started yet. But I wanted to ask you this question.
Yeah.
So iOS, your team Apple, right? Your Apple people,
yes, sir,
are doing this iOS 14.5 or 14 update.
Mm-hmm.
And with that update, they're asking you to opt in. Is that correct? And when you say no, you don't want to opt in, it could potentially break down your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or anything like that. Is that what I'm reading right now?
iOS is giving users the ability and the option of opting into having applications track their activities. Right before, you didn't even have that. Right, and it's like the end user license agreement for a lot of software. No one ever reads the end user license agreement. See, you're doing too much there, right? Now you're trying to bring in some background sounds. Again, stay in your lane, brother. Don't do too much. See, don't do too much.
It's real low. But I just want to make sure that we're getting this right. So iPhone is doing their updates.
Correct.
And why did my music stop? I don't know why it stopped. It doesn't like me.
Tammy.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. So when you do, she's not here to control me. That's why she's at home. As I was saying, Apple is breaking, so they have the ability to break the apps. Is that what you're saying? If you do not opt into their stuff,
they have the ability to limit so you're actually opting out of the ability of these applications to track your movements, and that really is at the core of how most of these free apps work. Right, being able to know that you like a certain designer of clothes, or you like a certain drink, or whatever the case may be, by being able to set preferential advertising and individualized browsing experiences is really how Facebook sells advertising and sells things to in organizations. If you stop Facebook from being able to know that you like Rode instead of Shure, or you like Logitech instead of whatever, you get the idea. That hinders the app from actually performing the way that it's intended to do. That goes into the pockets of Facebook, the social media ad. That goes into the pockets of TikTok and Instagram and all that. So what are they going to do to counter that? Are they going to pull the app from the App Store? They're not going to pull the app from the App Store. What they're going to do, and again, mark my words on this. I only play a financial analyst on the internet, so don't believe everything I say. But there could come a time when these applications, these software, these social media platforms start charging users because they're going to lose so much revenue from, again, so many people that are saying, now, you know what, I don't want you to track my activities. It's a privacy thing. Privacy is a huge conversation right now. Apple's not the bad guy in this. Apple is just letting folks know that you now have this capability of being tracked or not being tracked. So it's more of a transparency thing. We didn't know about it before because we didn't pay attention to it, because again, it's just like the end user license agreement for software. No one ever reads it. We just opt in. We say we want to be a part of this whole experience, this Facebook experience, this TikTok experience. But there are pros and cons, and there are catch-22s to being able to have something for free. You can't have everything for free. So That's my opinion, and it's going to flesh out very soon because Apple themselves, me being the Apple guy, but Apple is in court right now with Epic because of the whole, the Fortnite thing and the
charging the 30% of payments.
Yes.
So right now, Apple. So do you? And I'm not jumping on you, but I'm asking you: do you think that it's Apple that's playing dirty, or do you think it's Epic and Facebook that's saying, "Hey, we don't want you to get we don't want you to track"?
I'm a fan of the little guy. I really am. I'm a fan of the entrepreneur. I'm a fan of someone trying to come up and do their thing. I don't like monopolies. I actually am old enough to remember when all of the phone services were broken up from the old Ma Bells and things like that. And I appreciate and respect and encourage competition. I think this is a tough one, though. I think Apple has such deep pockets, and they are so ingrained in terms of functionality, usability, capability. They just have become synonymous with right. There's only two systems out there for mobile applications for mobile technology. There's iOS and there's Android. That's it. Right. It's going to be really tough for this to be. Come to a conclusion easily. I'm holding my words because again I don't know where it's going to go. Let me
ask you this: in a perfect world, on your side, would you want as an Apple user to be able to have the flexibility of having your usage and your data tracked, or does it not matter to you?
We're different, though, right? See, we understand the whole...
No, answer the question for you.
I've opted in. So, again, I've opted in, so I don't have any issues with... Yeah, I've opted in. So, but again, the reason I say it's different for us because we know how to go behind the scenes and set the settings and to turn off certain access and to make sure that acquaintances don't see all of your information. And we know how to kind of trim what gets shared on social media. The common consumer may not want to dive as deep into that, may not want to go into the privacy settings, may not want to go into the actual capabilities of each platform and start closing it down. So, so I'm different. I don't mind allowing that capability because I know how to limit that functionality and limit that control and still have a decent user experience with those different platforms.
So basically, if you go with Apple as of this week, then you basically have to opt in, is what you're saying, or else you're going to have potentially broken app, Facebook,
potentially
TikTok,
right? Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So that's another use case or reason why I say stay with Android. I mean, what else can you really do?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the answer though. To be honest with you, I think it's going to trickle around to.
But in all honesty, and not to cut you off, but in all honesty, I think that they do it on Android already. I mean, they just don't give you the option to track the usage and the data. If I'm correct, I mean, I think that they're already doing it because, like you said, when you say something, let's just say, for example, you say Minute Maid, you're going to see a Minute Maid ad on an Android phone when you open up a Google or you say something about the Switch Pod or the J5 Create JVA06. All of a sudden, they're tracking they're tracking what you're saying. So it's like Android. It seems like Android is already doing it. They're just giving you the chance to opt out. And when you opt out, they're just saying, "Hey, your stuff may not work over on Apple."
So you get it. There it is, right? Because you're seeing it on your side now anyway. But the other side of the fence, Apple is telling you that we're giving you the opportunity to opt in or opt out. And if you don't want that personalized user experience, your functionality and your experience may be hindered. You're being told to calm down a little bit. I'm just throwing comments up on the screen. I'm just throwing comments on the screen.
That's because I played that beat, but I mean, I could. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm loving the comments that are coming in. I really like this one. This is
I'm
funny.
just impressed with the fact that you can bring. I'm just impressed the fact that you can bring in the restream comments not only on my side but also on your side, Whereas with vMix, I was not able to do that. So I'm pretty impressed. And maybe it was something that I was doing wrong.
No, brother, it's these folks right here. It's all Ecamm, baby. That's Ecamm. Don't hate. Participate. I didn't already offer to buy one person a Mac today. I'll get you a Mac if you want to come on over. It's okay. It's okay. Matt Haas is talking some things.
You were supposed to send me a iPhone so I could get on Clubhouse like 2 months ago.
I was,
and now they are already talking about going on the Android or they're beta testing. So that's not what we're talking about today.
I guess I don't have to send you that then.
And since you out here talking about you buying MacBooks and iPhones, I mean, come on, you know my address. Send it to the post office box. Help me out. All right, switching topics here. You got it up. Believe this or not, there's a Florida bill that would fine social media platforms for banning politicians with the exemption for Disney. So Florida is on the verge of passing a legislation that would fine social media companies like Twitter and Facebook that knowingly deplatform political candidates. Basically, it was proposed in February by Governor Ron DeSantis, a supporter of former President Trump. Whatever. I mean, this is crazy. The bill has nothing to do with the former president, a famous Denisian of social media who was banned earlier this year by major platforms. Mm-hmm. Basically, the Florida House of Representatives passed SB 7072 by a vote of 77 to 38 on last Thursday. And after the state Senate voted on Monday to pass the measure, the bill now goes back to the Senate to approve some of the changes made by the House. Mm-hmm. The Senate version called for fines of $10,000 per day for banning a political candidate and $100,000 if the candidate was running for election. The House version bumped the daily fines to $25,000 and $250,000 if they're running for election. I mean, come on now, like seriously. I
think this is the greatest comment that I've seen right here. Shouts out to Keely right there. Does Florida know about how jurisdiction works? And welcome to the stream, Keely. Hey, let me ask something before we go on. Matt Haas was saying that the stream was glitchy. Can you be more specific and say where it is? Because I've got 3 screens going and it looks fine on my side. I just want to make sure that we're good. But this is crazy, right? This whole story that you got is insane. Florida. Let me just read the title again. Florida bill would fine social media platforms for banning politicians. Except for Disney.
Yep. I hadn't even gotten to that part, but basically the law wouldn't apply to temporary social media bans on a candidate and wouldn't apply to instances where a platform removes specific posts that violate that platform terms of service. But any social media ban that lasts longer than 60 days would result in a fine, and the platform would have to make available to users any content the candidate posted before their account became inactive. Now, the bill also contains a very Florida-specific exemption for any information or service system, internet search engine, or access software provider operated by a company that owns and operates a theme park or large entertainment complex. The exemption was included so that Disney Plus streaming service isn't caught up in this. The Disney World Park in Orlando brings in a significant tax revenue for the state of Florida, which relies heavily on tourism dollars.
Bruh.
So basically, Disney gets the exception because Florida, because they bring in all the money over at Disney.
That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk, right? I don't even want to get into politics, and I see even that the folks that are chiming in the comments don't want to get into the politics of this either. But this is insane, right? When you actually are trying to when you can't leave it alone, you can't accept the truth of what happened during the election time, and now you're going to start penalizing networks that you use and your family uses. tell you what, you start finding. We just spent 20 minutes ranting about Facebook. You start finding your Facebooks and your Instagrams and your TikToks and let your kids come in and holler at you, politicians. It's not going to be a good day in your house. You're going to be eating dinner in the backyard by yourself because you mad at how the election turned out. Again, I don't want to get left, right, or center. I'm just saying, just from a factual perspective. Go ahead.
But for an example, let's play devil's advocate here. Okay. And we're not talking about the former president. We're talking about if this bill does come to pass. You're running for office. You say something that's out of pocket or that's not deemed appropriate.
Yeah.
And they say Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok says, we don't want you on our platform. We're going to ban you for life because you broke our terms of service.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because you're a politician, you're supposed to be exempt from this. If you're running for an office, you're supposed to be exempt from this. But if I break the terms of service right now, then I'm banned, right? I'm just saying. So
yeah. That's how I read it. That's how I read it. Yeah.
So all I'm just saying is, why are politicians getting an exemption? Because they're politicians and they get to make the laws? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. That's all. I'm just saying, if I break the rules today,
mm-hmm.
I get banned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, quite naturally, I mean, the only things that you can really do is incite a riot, cause violence, or hurt somebody. Those are really like the only 3 or 4 things that you can really do to be banned. So basically, you're saying if you're a politician, you're exempt. I don't know about that. I'm just saying.
Bruh, look, again, I'm just telling you that's how this works out. It doesn't make sense. It's definitely been written in a vacuum. I don't think that. Look, Florida's not that crazy. There's some good folks in Florida. Shouts out to folks, everyone that I know, and especially Preston. So my folks over there working on my merchandise. There's some decent folks in Florida.
Out of this frame right here, because I feel like I'm bending my knees and I'm already standing up.
You will never do another show standing up, will you?
Man, do I need to come see? If I come down, then I'm gonna have to readjust everything. But I like standing up because guess what? I can move around. I'm looking in the camera a little bit better as opposed to looking down at the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is kind of great, but I mean, you just gotta, go from there. What's up, Priscilla? How you doing? But I mean, back to the topic. I mean, I'm just throwing that out. It's Cinco de Mayo. We don't have Latin music. You can't have fun. I can't have fun. I mean, come on.
Healy says we're way better on YouTube, which is fantastic. It's probably Facebook, and Tammy was saying on her TV we were pixelated. We streaming on TV now? I didn't even realize we signed a deal on TV, but okay. I haven't seen that check come in. I've seen a couple of checks, but I haven't seen that one. I'll leave it alone, though.
He likes to watch it on the big screen.
I ain't mad at it, too. I ain't mad at it. I got to tell you.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the Florida bill, I think is bogus. But, I mean, it looks like it might just pass. But, I mean, are you only going to fine them? Like, how can you collect in, Instagram? All these companies are in Silicon Valley or in Texas. How are you going to get that money from them? What if the social media company says, hey, if you're going to do this to us, then we're just going to ban anybody that has a Florida address. We're just going to ban them from using social media. Which
can easily be done, right? You can easily limit access, shut it down, close it up via VPN, virtual private networking, whatever the case may be. But again, you're hurting.
Or charge them.
Or charge them. So now you're hurting the consumer who has really nothing to do with this. When this is a political argument, a political fight, it passed 77-38 in the Florida House of Representatives, but those 77 people don't really speak for the entirety of the Florida population. And again, this is just sour grapes. This is just folks who haven't let the wound heal from the fact that they lost the election and are continuing to just let this snowball fall down the hill. Now, this is a perfect timing for this story because, again, Old Boy released a statement I think it was today, everyone thought he was going to come out with a whole new social network, come out with a whole new thing, but all he did was write a blog post. He wrote a blog post on his site, bless his heart, and and Facebook upheld their ruling, saying we're not letting you back on the platform. So what you gonna do? And
he can create, but he can create his own website. And wasn't what is it called? Parlor. I think
I'm not following.
I mean, I'm just saying I don't know what it's called, but yeah. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of who was in the last administration. But what I will say is he can create a website just like you have ITN News, just like CNN has their website, just like The Verge or any other website, and you can just have people go there. I mean, why do you need social media platforms to get your message out? I mean, you're the former president. I mean, you can still have access to the media if you want it, and I think that was something that was said. He just chooses to use social media as his method, and like you said, the social media platforms aren't having it. Yeah. But to the Florida governor who said this had nothing against the president, this is just for future politicians, which I highly doubt. I mean, I'm just saying you're basically saying that they're exempt, so everybody should go run for politics, and then they can say whatever they really want to say. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, just playing devil's advocate. That's all I'm saying.
I heard you. Look, we spend way too much time talking about that dude. I got two pivots that I want to make right quick, and one is hilarious because Priscilla is still talking about your hat. So I'm loving all of the comments about your hat. You're a hit with it, brother. Appreciate you for wearing that.
Team player.
And the other pivot that I want to make, I know a couple of you have always heard me talk about. I get sidetracked right in the middle of our show at 5:00 Pacific time because of Stash Stock Party, and I know some of you as well are part of Stash. I just got hooked up with some Honest Company stock. So while he was talking, I was over here buying some stock. If you are on Stash, go to party.stash.com and get your stock in for the night. So there we go. I had to do that.
You know what? If I do this standing up thing next week, the next time you have a Stash party and you want to bring this up, give me time to bring the seat down, bring the table down, and then I could repivot all my lighting and all that good stuff.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I really, it's hard for me to do this standing thing because honestly, the first time that I did it, Keely got on me and she said I was fidgeting too much because I do. I talk with my hands a lot, like all day at work, and I can't be still. So I got to figure that out. I can't be mobile like this, but. Don't get it twisted, brother. You getting love too for the hat there, right? There's something dope about a very serious tall man wearing a tiny. Where my hat at? Hold on, where my little hat? Hold on.
Anyway, while he's looking for the hats, thank you guys for the comments. We're good. Okay. All right, Mr. Puerto Rican.
Hey,
we're gonna switch topic here.
Yeah,
AT&T is giving its top prepaid hotspot plan a big price cut and more data. So basically, if you don't have Wi-Fi or if you live in a rural area or if you are looking for a hotspot and you're looking for pricing, AT&T has said we're going to make this competitive. And basically it's saying it's going to now offer a prepaid, so that means you don't have to pay a monthly fee, 5G data-only plan with up to 100 gigs of data for $55 a month. Basically, the previous offering was 40 gigs for $75, which is outrageous. The new pricing extends to Cricket Wireless customers as well as AT&T direct prepaid subscribers.
Yeah.
The plan allows customers to buy data from for their tablet or mobile hotspot separate from their voice plan. So right now, let's see, T-Mobile has a prepaid data only plan of 50 gigs for $50, and Verizon has a 30 gig plan for $65.
Yeah. And
I don't think that that's right because I'm paying, that's prepaid. So I'm paying 100 gigs. They have a promotion right now on T-Mobile for 100 gigs for $55 right now, but that's a monthly service. This is
Okay.
all prepaid.
Yeah.
So I mean, but this is pretty good. I mean, I was literally out trying to purchase my new toy, the LiveView Solo, and I needed to get hotspots. And those hotspots, like you said, that previous offering 40 gigs for $75, and T-Mobile was offering 100 gigs for $50. No, so I think I ended up spending $35 for 25 gigs or something like that. That's what I settled with. But now I can actually bump up or double the price. I get 100 gigs as opposed to the 25 gigs. I think that's worth the deal. So I mean, but if you live in a rural area, and you're looking for internet, you don't want to pay for a Comcast or what is it, AT&T or Google Fiber wouldn't be in a rural area.
No,
but if
no.
you don't want to pay for that, this is another option that you have.
True. And I was looking at this myself not too long ago. Hold on, before we keep moving, we getting some. I got to keep up with the comments here before we keep going on this because there's some comments in here I don't want to miss out on. Hit the Spot is talking about she got her some stash. Hey, hold on.
Topic.
No, I can't. You know, it's almost like I got ADHD that's non-diagnosed.
I got to come down.
I've been noticing. Take him here.
I got to.
Middle of a live stream, he's talking about taking him off screen. Oh my God, I don't know what he's doing. So I'm glad you got that. Listen, he's too tall. He's 7 feet. Watch yourself, Keely. Now you see your boy. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Just trying to do the right thing. So your hat is the right size for your head. Thank you. I appreciate you that. You know, this is where did I get this hat? I got this somewhere. This is Gorin Brothers. You know, look, you can see that it's time to shave. It's the Gorin Brothers right here. So, but I'll shave tonight. Are you ready to come back on screen? Because I want to talk about these hotspots.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Oh, you sat down. Okay. Because I'm actually thinking about getting another hotspot. So I've got one right now. Verizon is old. It's a 4G one, but I definitely am seeing more 5G access in my area. And when the world starts opening up, once everyone starts getting those 2 shots in their arm, and we can actually start walking around and hugging folks again and being around people, I'm going to want to start doing more remote stuff. Right, and this is what we do. You and I have already talked about January when we're going to Vegas for CES, and Las Vegas at that convention, Wi-Fi and cellular signal is just it's brutal. So to have a 5G hotspot, to have something that we can carry with us while we're out there doing what we do, would just be amazing. And the pricing, I think, is where it needs to be. It's not like it was back in the day when we were walking around with big battery packs and try to do Ustream and trying to do the old Meerkat. So back in those days. But I think this is going to be definitely the route to go. I like what AT&T is doing. I like what T-Mobile is doing. I do wish Verizon would get onto providing some more selection with their mobile hotspots. And again, just being able to connect multiple devices in as well. So not just the internet service, but being able to connect in some things either via an Ethernet cable or whatever the case may be. And I see AT&T and T-Mobile have some devices that will actually do that. So this is cool. I really like this, and this is good for us as content creators as well, right? Because again, we're going to start getting back out there in these streets, and you need to have that mobile connectivity instead of always tethering from our mobile phone. So.
That's all. Okay. Like I said, I think this is a great move for AT&T. They had to keep it competitive because, like you said, everybody is going with T-Mobile, and you know, the subscribers are constantly growing on the T-Mobile side. So AT&T has to compete. And I mean, I tell you this, you know, when I walked in looking for a hotspot and Wi-Fi, going into these different stores, Verizon just was like, the price is the price. It is what it is. And they was like, well, how is it that people choose to stay with a company that, you know, the pricing could be cheaper somewhere else, you know? And I mean, we're just talking about data. We're not talking about, you know, unlimited talk, text, web, You know, we're not talking about being able to travel out of the country with your phone. I mean, I think when you were out of the country, you were looking to get on Wi-Fi at every opportunity that you could, you know, with your service. Whereas, you know, I just, you know, got my phone unlocked and it was like, let me put in a SIM card and, you know, I can use my WhatsApp, I can use my, you know, my Facebook and I'm good. But now you're talking about data. And when you're talking about data, it's like everybody wants data now. It's like, I want Wi-Fi. I need hotspot. What's your Wi-Fi code as soon as you get to somebody's house? Well, you got your own hotspot now. You don't need it, you know? So, I mean, you got your own personalized network to where you know no one's not going to jump on your network. And for $55 a month, now my only question would be is what's the upload speed? Because download speed is going to be fast. You can stream YouTube, stream your movies and stuff like that. You'll be okay. 100 gigs will get you through 30 days. 25 gigs, 35 gigs, 40 gigs, but 100 gigs, that'll get you through the month, depending on your usage.
Yeah.
Like I said, for us, we're trying to push content out. So now the question is, what's the upload speed on being able to make that happen?
Yeah, yeah. And is there going to be pricing tiers or whatever the case may be? But I think just for the end consumers,
No. This is prepaid. So this is not like you're walking in. It's not like you're walking in saying, I want this plan and I'm paying this monthly. No, This is prepaid. So right now, Cricket were enrolled into a 100 gigabyte data only plan, and they were paying $90 a month just for 100 gigs. Now they'll be able to jump on this $55 plan, and they'll get a data bump and a price decrease. So, I mean, that's major, you know? So, and remember, this is prepaid. So it's not like there's no contracts, there's no subscriptions. If you don't pay it, they just cut it off. No, I'm just.
That's true. You tell the truth.
It's like the Boost Mobiles and the Cricket Wirelesses. If you don't pay the bill, they cut it off. Whereas if you don't pay your bill on T-Mobile or you don't pay your bill on Verizon or AT&T, you know, they'll let you run over a month or two, and then after a while, that's going to affect your credit, and then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah,
this is prepaid. You can't go wrong with this.
Can't go wrong. Let's go get one. We'll get one in January. What?
Well, I was going to let you finish your statement because I was going to ask you, how many followers do you have on Twitter?
Wait, you just jumping from topic to topic? It's like you got...
I'm making a transition.
That wasn't a very clean transition, though.
Well, I was just saying, how many followers do you have on Twitter? Like, you can't answer the question? You probably only got 25.
I got 4,600.
Oh, you got 4,600 followers on Twitter?
Yeah.
Or are you following 4,600 people?
No, I got... All right.
I'm not trying
to... I'm not trying to call you something. We're gonna put the explicit lyric on this show here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
You got 4,600 followers for real?
I have. I'm sorry. I have 46 on something. I've got 3,916.
Well, look at you over there acting all fancy over there. Now, how do you find out what you have?
I just went over to my profile.
Oh, okay, cool. I see. I barely made the cut. So basically, I barely made the cut because I'm not on Twitter. I only have 938.
Now, see, I used to be heavy on Twitter when Twitter chats first started out, and that was kind of the main way that I connected with a lot of folks that were when social media first started becoming more than a buzzword, and it was becoming a job classification, and people were becoming social media strategists or digital media, whatever the case may be. And there were a lot of activity on Twitter and daily, right? You drop the hashtag in and you have a conversation, but it could get to be pretty noisy, especially for the folks that are following you, because a lot of times they don't want to be involved in your conversation, and especially when you're sending out a lot of tweets. But that's, again, how I was able to build up the audience. And I haven't been in too many Twitter chats in the last couple of years, so I could build that I could build that number up if I was more active, but that's where I stand right now.
Okay. Well, we both made the cut. I think your friend Keely, she made the cut as well. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But Twitter Spaces, everybody wants to compete with Clubhouse.
Yep.
And Twitter Spaces is the company's new live audio room feature. Is opening up more broadly, and they basically announced that it will be making Twitter Spaces available to any account with 600 followers or more. So you can host your own audio room and act like you're the expert of whatever it is that you talk about. So, including both iOS and Android, it is officially unveiled some of the features it's preparing to launch, like ticketed spaces, scheduling features, reminders, support for co-hosting, accessibility improvements, and more. It's more visible on its platform as well. The company notes that it has begun testing the ability to find and join a space from a purple bubble around someone's profile picture right from the home timeline. So I don't know if you can scroll down and you can show the little purple bubble or whatever the case may be. But that purple bubble, no, you just passed it. You just passed it. Go up. Right. Come on. Right there. That purple bubble right there that's floating on the second and on the third person. Those are the people that are actually doing audio rooms. So last week we were talking about you can get paid for your tweets. And we were trying to decide whether or not, how would they determine that? But now they're saying if you have 600 followers, I mean, they basically said, anybody can do anybody with 600 followers, they can do this.
Yeah. Look, I've talked a lot about this, right? Clubhouse. I've talked about how crazy that is, just from a next phenomenon perspective, and how audio is so old school that it's so cool. Right? Audio will never go away. Video may go away, but just talking and having communication with folks is golden. That's why podcasts are coming back into popularity. What Twitter is going to be doing, not just opening it up to folks with just 600 followers, is they're actually going to start opening up monetization soon as well. So that's pretty key as well. You're a subject matter expert in whatever. Right? You have a conversation, you start up a room, you start inviting your followers, you have that dialogue. Folks can eventually start contributing and tipping you and providing you sponsorship and compensation and whatever the case may be. You start building up your credibility. You start building up yourself as a subject matter expert in whatever. Twitter, as the politicians, we've already had this conversation, as the politicians have seen, is incredibly powerful. This is where the hashtag started. So you can branch out and get a much wider audience just by sparking conversation, right? You start off your Twitter space with the initial introduction. You put a hashtag on it, and folks that don't even follow you will start engaging and interacting and may come to your room. So there's power in that. Again, just being able to have a platform where you can spread your message, and I'm all for that. That's why I love entrepreneurs. I love what you're doing. I love what Tammy's doing. I love what so many folks that are watching us right now just are seizing opportunities, using technology to build their own brand, build their own space, and put their own dent in the universe, like my old boss used to say. So I think this is just another tool that hopefully folks will start taking advantage of. Clubhouse, again, is still right now only iOS. They've been really focused on that. I think they signed a deal, is either with the NFL or it was with DraftKings. Some sports partnership has been signed with Clubhouse to where that's going to be exclusive. But again, right now, that's only iOS. Twitter Spaces is both platforms, so everyone on the planet, 600 followers or more, can take advantage of this. It's a marketing tool. You can't be everywhere all the time. If it makes sense, if you've only got 50 followers today, don't stress over it, right? Just if this is where you think if you think this is where you want to be, and if this is where folks that are in your niche, that are in your specialty are, then like you were just saying, you got to build it and then get to a point where you can start taking advantage of it. But I see nothing but positive out of it. I really do. Especially when they turn monetization off, then we can start getting some of them checks, getting some of them Twitter checks.
Like I said,
Now, how many did you say you have?
938.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think when my previous job that I had that was in media, um, everyone was on Twitter and it was like, hey, tweet, meet me here,
Yeah.
because this is before Instagram came out. And it was like, build your audience that way. And then you can have conversations. Because you got to remember, back in 2009, 2010, Facebook was just now coming on board. Twitter was just now coming on board. YouTube was 1 year old, maybe just being born in 2009, 2010. And, at that time, it was like, okay, how do you build your following? Because, it was like, what's the thing to do? And I think for me, it was, I just can't say what I want to say in 140 or 160 characters. And I don't know how they were able to do it. But my thing was, hey, meet me here. I don't have time for this, So, but when Instagram came along, it was like, hey, I can post where I'm at. I can do this 15 seconds worth of video and I'm good. That was great. But now with Twitter, that's why, I never really went off on the Twitter rant and just said, let me build it. But I've seen people who are on Twitter and they're successful at what they do. They know how to summarize what they want to say in 140 characters or less, and they can drive a full conversation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely commend the people that can do that. I just have a lot to say, and I like to talk.
Think about this. What you do, and shouts out and appreciate you for what you do with the Big View promo for each of our show, right? That's something that has to be audio. I mean, and that's something that has to be video. Right? That has to be both the audio and the video component. So you couldn't necessarily do that on a Twitter space to pitch the show an hour before we go live. It just wouldn't make sense. That would be doing too much, and it wouldn't really meet the mark of what we're trying to do. So whichever tool makes sense for what you're trying to do to build your business, to build your brand, to get your name out there and do those kinds of things, take advantage of that and use that. This, again, is just another tool that's going to be in everyone's toolbox that they can start taking advantage of. I will guarantee you, though, that it will become widely used. And the reason I say that, last week when we did that J5 Curate IG Live room, we didn't think that was going to be much of anything. It did. It was just something new to try. You said, you know what? No one really does IG Live rooms. Let's just see how this works. We'll see if we can repurpose it or whatever the case may be. That was a overwhelming success, right? We got all three of us, different locations on screen. We had folks engaging. We had live hashtags. We gave away product. We had the marketing managers on screens. So again, just utilizing different tools when they make sense in your overall strategy is how folks are going to be more successful. So Instagram, Big View, Twitter Spaces, maybe Facebook, but they keep tripping. But
like you said, it's focusing, or Twitter Spaces is focusing towards creators. They'll soon support multiple co-hosts, and creators will be able to better market and even charge for access to their live events on Twitter Spaces. Basically, you'll be able to schedule and set reminders about spaces that they don't want to miss. I could see this for somebody that maybe has an event, or maybe it could be, let's just say Cardi B or Jay-Z or Beyonce or Michelle Obama, whoever that has that kind of large presence, maybe someone that's in a love relationship type show. Hey, you know what? We're going to be on Twitter and we're going to talk about whatever that topic may be, the topic of the day. Anybody can build this out.
Yeah.
Like you said, no different from me using Big View, no different from us using the live IG room. I mean, you just have to build it. And if you believe in it, you build it, they'll come. So I just think that this is going to be cool. It's something that's going to rival Clubhouse. I mean, a guy like me who refuses to switch over to Apple or iOS, I mean, I would never get on Clubhouse unless they open it up to Android. Like I said, we mentioned earlier that it's in the beta testing, but I would probably try out Twitter Spaces before I would try Clubhouse, because I'm already eligible for it. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, let me just see what this is all about. And if you can make it to where it's great, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, then you're talking about possibly selling tickets. I mean, I don't know how
Talk.
we would sell tickets for
Hey.
a tech show,
No, but
but
again,
I'm just saying,
think outside of the box. Some of the things that you're also looking to do in the Atlanta area, just being able to charge for some of the content delivery and some of the content creation that you're doing at specific live events. You're at a lot of celebrity grand
yeah, but we're talking about
openings.
audio. Yeah, but we're talking about audio.
Yeah, but
So
again, but you would invite
people
them
want to
on.
see as opposed to hear.
No, but think
They
about
want to
it.
see it as opposed to hear it. So, and that's why I love video, because if I'm at this event, how do I charge you a ticketed event that says, "Hey, only I can give you this access"? But if I take you into this event with Twitter and says audio space, I mean, that doesn't make sense. Now, if I'm in a room at the barbershop talk and or you're at the hair salon,
Yeah.
and then, you guys are out here talking about, sombreros and, the hat that you have on right now on your head, and we're talking about women, and it's just, the fellas talking, or the women are out there talking about, the guys, then, I could see that barbershop talk. Let's have this conversation, in the shop or at the hairdresser and you get to hear the tea. Girl, did you hear what such and such said? Yeah, I could see that. But me taking video, or me going to like let's just say the premier event here in Atlanta is the Mayor's Ball for me.
Yeah.
Me going in there saying, okay, I'm here, is already loud. It's an event. And I'm over here trying to get people. I'm saying, hey, I'm live on Twitter Spaces right now. I don't think that would really sell. Now, like I said, if you're in a more controlled environment, such as a barbershop, nail salon, hair salon, or even, you're just talking with the fellows or the ladies, and you're having your girl talk, guy talk, then yeah, I could see it. I may be wrong. I'm just
I think you're hitting it on the nail, right? I just think where it makes sense. Again, where it makes sense. So if you can do maybe like a one-on-one, and I'm just taking off the dome, but if you can do like a one-on-one exclusive,
one-on-one
that
interview,
kind of thing,
and you're in your car, and you're in your car, and
yeah.
you're in your car, and I'm doing a one-on-one interview with Shaq.
Or so think about this: that one time you had Kanye, and you got that exclusive with Kanye for that 10-minute time period. Right, if you had fired up a Twitter space at that time and just had that conversation between you and him at that time, you could have charged for that. I think something like that. But again, I think we're going down the rabbit hole. But this is what we do. We think about this and how to use it. They just announced the capabilities, so folks with open minds were thinking about how to leverage this tool.
Thinking outside of that box. That's right. Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
I think. We'll it's in the beginning stages, but I mean it's coming.
Maybe,
so I mean, but once again, it's competition.
Our next segment, we'll do a show with Ethan over at Fledging. We'll do a Twitter space or something with him. Shouts out to Ethan Summers over there, out there at Alabama. Roll Tide, launching some new products. The Spruce multi. Oh, he got. Where'd my this? Okay. There we go.
This is it. This is Spruce.
This was not even set up, folks. I just was throwing it out there.
He decided to go there. This is Spruce. So basically, it's a docking station. Basically, you put your phone right there on it, and then it starts charging. You have 3 USB-C ports on your left, and then you have 1 USB-A port, and it's charging my phone right now as it sits in the docking station. Or you can turn it sideways and you can have it in landscape mode. And I just heard the beep go off, and it's letting me know it's charging. So you can go over to fledging.net. And I think right now they're doing a promotion to where I think you get a couple dollars off as opposed to paying the regular price. So fledging.net, I don't want to tell you the pricing because I don't want you to say, Tall Boy said it was this price. So go to Fledging and you can see it. But this is it. And it comes in black or white. So this is it. So if you sitting at the desk, you got your USB-C ports and you got 1 USB-A port, and you can just say, hey, I'm charging my phone, I'm charging my Bluetooth, I'm charging whatever it is that you want to charge, and it's right here. You're good to go. So she said her.
All right, all right, all right.
I ain't mad at you, brother. I was just throwing it out there, and sure enough, you got
No, I
yours.
mean, no. I got to give a big shout out to Ethan because we had the show, and after the show, he was like, shoot me the address, and I got it. And the very next day, it was here. Well, within 48 hours, it was here. Now, that's that Alabama, Georgia.
That's what that is. That's that
it might have took you some more time to get it from California, but I mean, it's been sitting on my desk, and every time I'm at the desk, instead of me having it charged, now what I will say is I think the USB-C charges faster than the actual laying it on the wireless docking station.
Okay.
Now, this is just my personal thought. I'm not trying to beat Spruce up for it. And what I did want to do is I did want to have it down to like 10 to 15% battery life and time it to see how long it would take. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's something I can do for next week, and then have it at 10 to 15% battery life and use it at the USB-C plugged in. But quite naturally, you having it plugged in, it's going to charge faster, if I'm correct. But I know he was talking about that GaN technology or something like that that makes it a lot faster or makes it a lot better. So this is it. It's called Spruce. If you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur, you're working at your desk all the time, you're looking for a docking station, you don't have to worry about your phone sitting on the table, or you don't have to worry about the phone possibly falling from your desk. I mean, you can have it, like I said, you can have it this way. Well, see, now it's not charging right now. I'm at 97%.
Go ahead and take the plastic off it, brother. You still got the plastic protection.
I like it brand new. I like it brand new. I like my stuff with the plastic. I like to see the bubbles come out. That's what I like. Don't mess up what I got going on. I don't want dust to get on my stuff. I want it 2 years old and it still feel brand new. Right. So that's what I like. So don't judge me.
Put your business out there on front. Okay.
I don't care, but I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. That's what the Talkboy experience is all about.
I love it.
So stop playing before I have to do another sound effect. So this is called Spruce, y'all. Fledging.net. Ethan will probably be like, "Yo, we got to get this guy over here because I'm trying to be the Billy Mays of 2021." I
got to feel it when the world opens up. You're going to take a trip to Alabama. You're going to start filming commercials for them. So I see this turn into a great partnership.
Ethan, I can only work with Android devices, but I mean, this is Android. I mean, it's iOS and Android available. So. And it also comes in 3 hours.
Oh my God. Ain't it the truth? Just like grandma with the plastic covers on the sofa. Don't go in this room.
Don't you sit on my sofa. You better not. Hey, look, you better not use my Spruce.
Dude, don't nobody go in this room and sit down. You can't sit on these sofas.
I wish you would.
This is the looking room. This is not the sitting. See, Keely, you sparking up all kind of things right now because we
how many? My question is how many whippings did you get for sitting on the white couch or on the plastic couch?
Only took one, brother. Only took one because it didn't do it again. Not no more. Not no more. I'm just saying. Next story,
okay,
what we got, brother?
Uber. Uber's grocery delivery is getting a boost from a new partnership with a company called Gopuff. Have you heard of them?
I have not, but we have been talking a lot about. We've been talking a lot about Uber, and we've been talking a lot about delivery services. So this is interesting, but I have not heard of Gopuff. Talk to me about them. You're just gonna sit there and not move, huh?
For chain Bevmo last year, and will make its inventory of convenience and grocery store items available to Uber as part of this new deal. So that means you can get liquor coming to your house via Uber as long as you're over 21. All right, so it's going to roll out. The company's plan is to roll out the new offerings to customers in 95 cities starting this June.
Okay,
so that's just in time for the 4th of July. So 95 cities, and you can have liquor just being delivered to your house.
Right. Hey, if I don't have to go down the street to get my scotch, and I can have it delivered with my Uber Eats and my Uber liquor or whatever it is.
Watch out.
Convenience, technology, I love it.
Basically, Uber slowly is transforming into a delivery company after suffering a steep financial losses as a result of the pandemic. Basically, the ride-hailing business tanked last year while it's still slowly recovering. It's an open question as to whether it will return to its pre-pandemic heights. And they said they completed nearly 30% fewer trips in 2020 as compared to the previous year. But I mean, we expect that when the world shut down.
Yeah.
Delivery was a bright spot for Uber, but while its Uber Eats takeout business is well established, its grocery delivery has still yet to be realized. Only 100 cities, including 20 major metros, are eligible to have their groceries delivered by Uber, and the company has made a number of acquisitions in recent months, including Postmates, Corner Shop, Drizzly, and it seeks to expand its delivery options. But the only problem is they still have their work cut out as it seeks to compete with the major players in the grocery delivery space, including Amazon and Instacart. Gopuff is an interesting choice for a partner because it nearly tripled its revenue last year at $340 million as the pandemic forced more people to turn to delivery startups for essential items. But the biggest problem is they've struggled to attract and retain drivers.
Yeah.
That's
Look, it's service world. You know, you're making cash when you can, and a lot of times folks are doing multiple jobs. But I think Instacart's expensive, so I don't know. I wouldn't even add Instacart to this, but maybe you should. But Grubhub, I think
I've never heard of Drizzly. I've never heard of that.
Okay, I've heard of them, but they're not as wide known again as something like a Grubhub or a.
What about a Corner Shop?
No, they don't have them here in the West Coast or in California. But I'm thinking of there's a couple of others. But if they're paying the drivers a decent wage, if they're offering the drivers the ability to get tips, because like Walmart Plus and I think one of the other exceptions companies is allowing you to tip the driver after they deliver you your products, right? So if this company is allowing that to happen, that's some additional revenue for the service person who's actually grabbing your material, bringing it to your house, and going through all of that consternation. So as long as there's a way of giving folks some money for doing this service work, then I'm all for that. But yeah, I've never heard of Gopuff. I hope they survive.
Well, they said they made $340 million last year, so they did well while a lot of other companies were struggling. The only problem is, are you able to keep the driver happy?
That's the thing.
To be able to say, you know what, instead of me switching to Instacart, I'm going to stay right here with Gopuff. Yeah. And then, like you said, it's rolling out to how many cities again? Was it 20 or 90? I know that's a big
95 cities. 95 cities starting this June and nationwide by the end of the year. So,
So that would be interesting to see liquor now being delivered to the home. Now I think people would be like, hey, this might be worth that fee or that charge.
Well, watch out now. Don't look. I tell you what. Let Gopuff come to Roseville, California. I may give me a case or something right to the door. Thank you. I'll leave a good tip though.
So so my question is, are you subscribed to these Instacarts? And I mean, because I don't have Postmates. I don't have any of these companies. I'm not subscribed to any of them. So I get stuff from them all the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of Amazon, outside of Uber and Lyft, I don't have anything as far as a delivery company coming to my house. Right. No. I just don't believe in the fees.
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking away the customer interaction, shall we say, inside of the store. And that's something that's important to me.
Okay.
Now, it may not be important to you, but for me, that's important. So
we like the convenience piece. So we're not subscribed to any service, but we do take advantage of like Grubhub, right? We had Grubhub deliver some food last night because Jordan forgot to thaw the chicken that she's making for dinner tonight, so we we had to improvise, and we had to have some Chinese food delivered. Yeah, you pay a fee for the convenience, but again, no one else felt like cooking, and it just worked out. But there's no like subscription fee like the streaming services that we always argue about. So that's not the same type of thing. But I do hate the fact always record. What? I think we always record the police. Okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
That's do me for a loop there. Do me for a loop there. But that's it. Okay. Yes.
Jumped off topic.
Yeah. Answer to you, Mike V Dog. Yes. Where was I going with that? GoPro or GoPuff. Yes. Look, again, just being able to have the I'm all flustered, right? You know, it's this new 805 Cerveza that Cinco de Mayo.
Help him out. Come on, Ethan.
Help me
get
out.
Him back on track, Ethan.
Yeah, come on screen for us or something. I'll take advantage of it again, just because again that's what we do. We've talked about this before, right? New services, new technology, new capabilities. We'll be the guinea pigs, and we'll go out there and do it and watch it succeed or watch it fail, and then we'll come back and report on it. So something like this, yeah, you know, I'll do it once, and if it brings value, if it actually has some positive utility for me and the family, then maybe we'll continue to use it. But right now, I'm making jokes about the liquor delivery. I don't think that I'll subscribe to anything or use it on a regular recurring basis, but you know, I'll try it one time.
Yeah, the first time, just to say you tried it. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, write a blog post or something, send out a tweet. Maybe they'll send a coupon, or you know, or you know, maybe we'll get them on the show or something. But outside of that, it's not something again that I think is going to be a long-term thing that brings utility to me in my life. So,
like I said, I just as I stated earlier, I don't think that you having these services, you're taking away the interaction in the store. Some people don't want that interaction. The pandemic has kind of helped it to where it's not an influx of people in the grocery stores. So that's great. But like I said, I want the interaction. I mean, I want to be able to go in the store, touch it, feel it. I want to get the cheapest one, you know, because I've always was taught to go find, you know, the chicken that's the cheapest, as opposed to picking up a bag of chicken. You know, if it's $5.65 and you find one for $5.62, I'm picking up the $5.62.
Get that $5.62. Don't get the one on top, right? I don't know if my mom's still watching. Whenever you go to the store, don't get the one in the front, because that's the one that people always mess with.
Right. So that's but if you use a GoPuff or any of these other services, you're at their mercy.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, this is what it is, as opposed to maybe finding it a couple, you know, cents or, you know, maybe $1 cheaper. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's good for the consumer. It's good for commerce. So folks will have jobs. Folks will hopefully get the tips, you know, from the people who actually buy it. And again, it's another opportunity, another option for us. So when you start having cookouts and family gatherings and friend gatherings again, you don't want to send anyone out to go pick up the next keg. Just have GoPuff deliver it to you.
There you go. There you go.
All right, brother. Let me. Oh, dropping bombs on them. Okay. Let me tell you something that I have observed about you tonight. You have moved. We talked about this before. You've moved your cameras, haven't you? Or you've moved your screens, because you are attentive to the audience as opposed to looking down. The way, however you got it set up right now, you're definitely looking up more instead of looking down. So it's a good look, and it's observable. I can see it. And, you know, instead of you reading the stories down here, I'm giving you your flowers while we can, brother. I'm giving you your flowers while I still can.
Well, I appreciate that. No, the screens did not move. I'm not producing this week, so that's probably the easier part, because I can see my stories right behind me and I can see the comments right behind me. And whereas I would probably be switching back and forth, I'm constantly looking down
Gotcha.
At my software
to
to make sure that the stories are where they need to be. I do have my Stream Deck. I have not activated it, and I said I would be.
Man, if you don't go ahead and activate your Stream Deck, Melanie Howe, my
Yeah,
partner who was just on,
but-
she got one today too. Man, turn your stuff on.
No, but the problem with that is every week you have to go back and resync it with the new articles. And I think that was the part that I was a little intimidated by, with me still trying to learn vMix. So now that I have a better handle on vMix, now it's what's the next phase. Look at today. Instead of me using my capture card by JVA 06 by J5, I came in via vMix and I can use my sound effects. So I felt comfortable using the NDI feature. Where just like how you were bringing Ecamm, as you were using Ecamm last month, I'm able to use vMix into your system as well. So the more I feel comfortable with the product, the more capabilities and the more loose I feel. The only difference between you and I is you test your stuff out before we go live. I'm in the middle of the show, and I'm testing out like, well, what does this button do?
You pushing buttons in the middle of the stream, and I gotta try to do the song and dance, and oh Lord, where'd it go?
Yeah. So I'll give you that. I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, I'm at a point to where.
She's a giver.
Take it off my hands.
She's a giver.
Okay. Yeah.
And was asking this.
This
is interesting too. Maybe we'll talk about this after the show.
No, it's not. So the camera is. I'm using what is this? A 16 mil.
You got the Sigma 16. So you got the right.
The Sigma 16
glass.
So every time I move forward, it automatically refocuses. Now with the microphone, I have this new stand over here by Frameworks, and for whatever reason, I have the weight ball at the back of it, and it's still dropping my microphone. So
that
she's
SM7B
always getting
is heavy though. That's why that SM7 is pretty
and
heavy.
So it's like even though I have this weight ball on here, it's still dropping the frame, and I don't know because you have it zoomed out, and then I have the other camera over here. You have to take me off camera for me to refocus the other camera, but the microphone keeps dropping, and I'm tired of constantly lifting it back up, Keely. So what do you want me to do?
Hey, they keeping us honest, right? They keeping us honest. Don't come.
But I appreciate it. It's just one of those things where this thing is heavy. I have a weight ball on it that it came with, and it's supposed to lock it into place. But for whatever reason, the Frameworks stand is not holding up the Shure SM7B. So right now I'm holding it up with my hand, but I mean, if I drop it, it's going to just drop right down. I'm not going to. He just gave me a compliment for not looking at my screen, Keely. So I'm trying to look at the camera and be able to give a quality stream. But thank you for watching.
Yeah, take these blessings. Take these blessings. I know one thing for sure. I don't know if I'll do another show standing up the whole time like this because
I couldn't do it.
I can't keep still, and I think that can be distracting. So I'm gonna change that in my setup. I'm gonna adjust this back screen and actually get the logo going as opposed to whatever that is going. So that's going to change from now on too. So hey, we're always iterating, always trying to improve. Oh, let's see. She's quoting Miss Dinah Gladney. So I think we need to get Dinah Gladney on the case and shit. I love the show. I just want to look at that. Appreciate you.
Hey, Keely, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Hey. I received the constructive criticism, Keely. So please, this is just me, just being me. But I know that it's coming from a good place. So
hey, Diana will have you rocking Sony cameras, and she'll have you rocking
and she's gonna call you out if you fire off the wrong sound effect. And the screen goes black. Yeah. So I mean, even though I meant to do that last week, Keely, I mean, I could do it to you this week, but I mean, I know it's coming from a good place, so I definitely appreciate you. So
You
what do
sound
you say,
you sound effects sparingly, brother. You know, you use them sparingly. Yeah. All right, just use them sparingly. All right, now it's turning into Wild 94.9 with the DJ in the middle of the night. So we got to cut that out. Good show though. This is a good show, brother.
Oh, I think we started off a little excitement with the sombrero and the Jose.
Well, you know, it's Cinco de Mayo. Lot of engagement tonight.
Look, I didn't even drink my juice tonight. Like, come on.
No, you went straight to the tequila. That's
I went straight.
That's why I think what really kicked you off right there. You started going off the rails a little bit when you started messing tequila and you forgot your Minute Maid. Don't do that.
Well, the next holiday you will not see me. You would not see me drinking. Okay. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are out there.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Hopefully, your kids buy you something tech wise, and you can say this is what you got,
like a Trova,
whether it's a phone, Trova, spruce, a Benji lock that I'm wearing, the hat. I don't know, it's dirty, but they can get a Benji lock. There you go. So, I mean, just hopefully they get something that's tech related, and we can talk about it on next Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll have a good show. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the engagement. I'm glad we were able to pull in comments from all streams. I am upset with LinkedIn because the LinkedIn stream did not kick off, and I have an open case with them, and they know the issue, and there's a handful of users who have had or are having this issues with LinkedIn, and the fact that I got creator mode turned on really is troublesome. So that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with. We may have to cut them.
But you're in the beginning stages of this, right? So by you being in the beginning stages, I know you want it to work. You can't be mad at something when it's something that's a new feature. I mean, you're a first generation guy. Once again, we always talk about how Apple waits for the beta testers and wait for other people to go through it, and then Apple says, "Hey, we perfected it."
Yeah.
You're saying, "Hey, I want to be a beta tester," and it's not working. Unfortunately, you just have to ride that wave. And even though you get frustrated, like I do, this is why I'm pressing buttons all the time. You know, it's like you can't be mad. It's in the beginning. Didn't you just get authorized to be able to do this creator mode like recently?
Yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, 24 hours ago. Hey, what you gonna do?
And you wanted to work perfectly without even doing any tests.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're entitled to have that because if they put it out there, they're supposed to LinkedIn get your. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, get it right, LinkedIn. But I mean, but in all honesty, be a little fair to them. I mean, it just got released yesterday. You give it to the end of the month. If it don't work by the end of the month,
we'll figure it out. When is Canada Day? That looks like that's the next holiday where we can get you drunk.
What's up?
No, we good, folks. Appreciate you. We'll be back next week, next Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. on the East. This is the lab. This is what we do. It's all about y'all. We appreciate you.